the shine of the gold gets off pretty quickly. The owner tries to distract him and take the toy away from the dog, but he holds on tight until finally it pops out of his mouth and rolls away. And then our happy puppy goes after it once more. No, 9. Slippery situation. In this video, a little dog is going down the stairs when he suddenly slips and falls. You can tell by the way he froze mid-air that he knew exactly what had happened. But the funniest part is that he was so stunned by the fall that he did undo anything to try and stop himself from sliding all the way down. He just kept on staring straight ahead like nothing had happened. Finally, at the bottom of the stairs, he shakes his head as if to wake himself up and then starts trotting away like nothing had happened. No, 8. Zoomies gone wrong. When you have pent-up energy inside, sometimes the best thing to do is let loose and go crazy with your zoomies. That's exactly what this guy did. But he got a little too excited and crashed into the wall. But he's not the only one. Have you ever seen a cat do the zoomies? There's something about these two animals that makes them run around the house like crazy, even if there's absolutely no reason to. Luckily, this little guy seems okay, even though he might have given himself a little bit of a concussion. 7. A Tale of Two Cities. If you ever own a dog, then you know they have their own special ways of communicating with you. One of these ways is through their tails. When they wag their tails, it means they are happy. When they tuck their tails between their legs, it means they are scared or submissive. In this video, though, this dog has taken his tail-tucking skills to a whole new level. He's basically trying to hide his entire rear end behind his front legs, while looking at the camera. Maybe he got jealous that the cat got all the attention, or maybe he just wants some scratches behind the ears. Either way, this dog is definitely hiding his behind in this hilarious way. No, 6. Shame, this little guy probably has no idea how funny he looks right now. He looks like he's wearing a little hat and is so proud of himself. But it's not because he did something good. Instead, he got into something he wasn't supposed to, and then tried to hide it from his owner. That's why he has that guilty look on his face. But it's also kind of cute, so we won't tell the owner what he did. You know, just in case. No, 5. Jump scare. Everyone knows that dogs can jump really high. But have you ever seen one jump over a puddle? Well, this little guy is trying his hardest to stay dry. But unfortunately, he got a little too close to the water and then took a big jump back. But it's not all bad news. At least he tried his best. Unlike this other dog, this little guy wanted to get across the road. But instead of being careful and waiting for the green light, he just ran out into traffic. Luckily, a biker saw him and stopped just in time before hitting the poor dog. But it still could have ended very badly for him. Hopefully, he learned his lesson and will be more careful next time. No, 4. Can't even see. This little guy is definitely living up to the name of his breed. Look at how fluffy his hair is. It looks like a literal cloud. But that cloud has a problem. He can't see where he's going because his hair is in his eyes. But he doesn't seem to mind. Still running around like the happiest dog in the world. His owner should really consider giving him a haircut so he can see properly. But even if he does, it probably won't take long for him to grow another thick coat. No, 3. Nope, not today. Have you ever tried to give a dog a bath? Well, it's not always easy. Some dogs like it, while others, well, let's just say they don't. And this little guy is definitely in the second group. He looks like he's screaming, "Get away from me," with how hard he is growling and snapping, and we totally understand. Baths are scary, especially if you've had a bad experience with them before. But this little guy is making us laugh because he looks like such a tough guy, even though he is so small. Number 2, Tiny Tiger. We all know that dogs can climb things, but have you ever seen a dog climb a curtain? This little guy is trying his best to get up the sheer curtains, but he's having a hard time getting any traction. He keeps slipping and sliding down, but he's not giving up. This little guy is determined to get to the top of those curtains no matter what. And he eventually succeeds. But it's not because he gets any better at climbing. Instead, the owner just pulls the curtains open and he slides down into the room. Maybe he thought he was a tiger trying to climb up a tree, but he's not fooling anyone. Number 1, food fail. This little guy is in for a big surprise. He sees a pizza box on the table and then tries to get at it. But unfortunately, he gets his head stuck in the box. He looks like a little meerkat sticking his head out of the sand. But this little guy isn't as lucky as a meerkat. No one is coming to help him out of this situation. He'll have to figure it out on his own. Luckily, it doesn't take him long. He wriggles his body until his head pops out of the box, and then he takes a big bite of pizza. That's all for this video, folks. We hope you enjoyed these funny dog videos. If you did, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any more hilarious clips. And we'll see you next time.